Boom, we're live. Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Welcome to another live stream, and I have the honor today of sharing this live stream with the one and only Rob D Toys. Thank you for joining us, Rob. Today we're gonna go over our top 10 McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures in our collection. Before we do that, we were kind of chalking it up beforehand. Just let us know kind of how you got into DC Multiverse and what you'd been collecting before that.
Okay. Well, my name's Rob Dunbar, so Rob D Toys. But yeah, I got into, I never stopped collecting. So let's just put that out there. I grew up in the 80s, so I have the Batman the animated series stuff and, Silverhawks and all that. So I got into Mattel that really, I don't know what to say. So it started the hardcore collecting, I guess you could say, with the DC, because growing up I had DC and Marvel comics, but I always gravitated more towards DC. They were just the ones that I loved, the core characters like Superman, Batman. Actually, Aquaman and Green Lantern are my two favorite characters of all time. I just love those guys. So when I had to stop collecting certain comics because I was spending so much money on comics a week, I just said, okay, I'm done with Marvel. I'm only going to collect DC. And so from that point on, I was just DC, DC, DC. Now, that's not to say that I don't still collect Marvel figures, because I love Captain America and Spider-Man. Those were probably my two favorite from Marvel. But going to the DC stuff, yeah, I mean, it's a passion. I had started photography, I think, in 2010. And then I started doing weddings on the side. I do graphic design as a full-time job. And I just was posting, pictures here and there. If you remember the Flickr a platform, I posted some pictures, very few on there, mostly my wedding stuff and that kind of thing. And then on Instagram, just kind of the same thing, just weddings and stuff. And then I found it was Ahsoka. That was one of the first people, him and actually Brad, the DC Geek, were the two that I gravitated towards. And I loved the style of the photography. And this was back before, COVID. So there wasn't that big boom of people coming to the platform. And I mean, there was some people that was doing, your storytelling type stuff that you see now more prominent. But it was Ahsoka's style that I really loved, because it was very clean and simple. And it's I love that pureness of just seeing the figure. And so I befriended him, and we got talking and stuff. And he's like, you should just, try it, just go for it. And so I started my own page in January of 2019. And then just it snowballed from there. I started posting pictures of my collection, because I had most of this already. And then it was DC Direct that reposted one of my Green Lantern photos. It was a composite, and it actually catapulted me into higher numbers. At that time, I think it took me, I want to say a year and a half to get to 365 followers. Mm-hmm. But then from that point, it took me almost a month to get 1,000, my next 1,000. And then within, I don't know how long, I was at 4,000, and then it just snowballed. And you have peaks and valleys, but it's been a whirlwind. So, I mean, I've been doing this since 2019. So, I mean, I've been around, but I'm still kind of new compared to some of the other guys.
Yeah. I always, I told you before, I think in terms of the DC, I was always, for you, Ahsoka and Brad, you guys to me are the DC, okay, you know what I mean? So what gravitated me towards your work is composition. So when I heard you're a professional photographer, I think you'll appreciate this term. Some photographers will know this out there. You have a nice creamy bokeh when you have photos. And composition wise, it's simplistic, but in a good way. So you have a very stylized approach. And I think that's what draws me to your work. And I'm like, oh, sweet. It's another Rob pick. I can easily tell in the timeline feed, I was like, oh, that's Rob's picture right there.
Well, when I was trying to figure out back when I started, I didn't really have a voice, and I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to that. Like you just start posting pictures, you don't know where it's going, and then I stumbled upon just taking my figure, putting it on a table, and then having my DTOFs in the background, and that's what's the blurred background is my DTOF. And then the light that you see behind it is actually this softbox reflecting in the DTOF. But yeah, I mean, I just was like, okay. At first, when I first had the reflection in the DTOF, I was like trying to fight it. I was trying to make it not noticeable. So I just wanted the blurred background. But then I'm like, you know what? I can use this to my advantage, and it's another light source, and then it gives like a nice reflection on the table and so forth. So yeah, I love lighting. There's people that come to me and ask me like, okay, how do you like this and how do you like that? And I explain to them. And I do want to do more like teaching of how you do certain photography, and especially toy photography. I know Sir Dork does it. Sorry. And he's got that toy photography con, which I'm kind of deciding like, do I want to go to? It's what, 5 hours away for me. It's probably 7 hours away for you.
Was it a toy photography con?
Yeah, it's I think it's June 18th.
Oh, okay.
In upstate New York.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you go to Sir Dork's page, you can find out more information. But there's some, like, he's trying to get like more photographers into it, and so like he's gonna have panels and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's like the first ever toy photography con.
That's awesome. This is the first time. Are you gonna be guest hosting one of them or guest speaking one of those panels?
No, I wasn't asked to yet. I just was gonna go just to check it out and see. So
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
nameless plug.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see like some of these guys that come up. I mean, there's people that I look up to, like Jason, Michael, Mr. Lee. He does fantastic work, and Mr. Lee, even like, when he was starting out, I had more followers than him. Now he like catapulted way into like stardom. But like he asked me like, how do you do your rim lighting and stuff? So I kind of explained it to him and stuff. And now he like became the master. Like I was the master at one point. He was the student. Now I'm the student and he's the master. Because I'm like, dude, his stuff is just incredible.
Yeah, it's very like poster-esque, if that makes sense. Like when I look at it, it's like I'm looking at like a movie poster essentially. Or
yeah. I mean, I just oogle over all his photos. So
and some of us, y'all out there, are still like 5th-year college students trying to get to that level, like myself. But no, I think something has to be said. I think having like your DTOF in the background, I think for some collectors and people, it just sticks out to them. I think that draws them to the photo. Like I did one a year and a half ago of the Diamond Select Sam Wilson cap, and I had DTOF in the back, and that got more views than like a posed photo that I was working on. So I think there's sort of a formula that works there, and that's why I really like your style of photos.
Yeah, it's crazy because like in the beginning, I was doing a lot more composites and stuff, and with Photoshop, and doing like special effects. And I still do special effects from here and there, like with my Green Lanterns or even Aquaman. But it never got the views or likes. And so the people that I think I found my niche, like people love my style for what it is. It's clean, simple. They like to see the photo, they like to see the figure, and they want to see like all types of detailing of the figure. So I think they look at my page and it helps them to decide, do they want to buy this figure?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like when I saw that you do like the different comparisons, like the latest Solar Suit Superman.
Yeah.
When you had it next to like the mullet version from Return of Superman from DCUC, I was like, oh, nice. So I picked up a version of that also.
Yeah, I mean, I love doing those. And that's, again, kind of like I took a page from Ahsoka because he kind of does the same thing. But yeah, I mean, group shots do really well for me. And the comparison shots especially.
I'll say Ahsoka's got some deep cuts. When I see some of his photos, I was like, whoa, I never knew that figure existed.
I know, right? His collection is endless.
Yeah. I could do this all day with you, but I think we'll go ahead and get started with our list, man. Like, thank you for sharing that. And it's kind of cool to hear, like, when you started professional photography or like ventured out into that field was like early 2010.
Yeah.
That's kind of like when I was finishing up in college, also studying photography. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did you shoot Canon or Nikon?
I shoot Canon.
Oh, thank God. There's still some of us around, man. I'm still a Canon also.
Yeah, I started with a Rebel XTI.
Same here.
I shot weddings with that. You know,
I got the battery pack with it.
Yeah, I always have battery packs. But like, so for my style, I know a lot of guys shoot tripod, and I do shoot tripod occasionally. But I like to be handheld. I like almost I'd say 85% of my shots are all handheld, just because I don't use continuous lighting. I use flash. Now I have continuous lighting one right now, and that's what I use for like my YouTube videos, which I've kind of stopped because YouTube, as you know, is a whole nother job on its own. And doing photos for me is a lot quicker than doing video.
Oh, for sure.
And I've had people say like, oh, you need to keep going with your reviews on your YouTube. And I do plan to do that. But right now my focus is mainly like Instagram. But yeah, I use flashes. So like as you know, like my shutter speed is usually 1/200th of a second just to get that maximum output power. And so I can easily knock out the ambient light and just have my I use 3 flashes. So I have a key and then two separation lights, rim lights.
He's giving his secrets, y'all. Toy-Con. Toy photography.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned your review because, well, someone on my list is based off of your review. So I figured what we'd do is we'd start off with some honorable mentions.
Okay.
I have 2. So I'll give my first one. You'll give yours, and we'll kind of go back and forth. That's cool with you?
Yeah, I have 3.
3? All right. Actually, you start off then with your.
Okay. Let's start with this guy here. I have him down below. Cyborg. Trying to find my camera. I think it looks like Ray Fisher to a T. Oh. And the detailing on this is just some of their best work. And like, I love that you can see the mechanics of the knees and the elbows. But yeah, Cyborg.
Yeah, I'm like thoroughly impressed with that head sculpt. Out of the entire Justice League team, that one's easily one of my favorites.
Yeah, and he's the heart of the movie. So
yeah,
like when you see this, you're like, yeah, that's definitely Justice League.
Yeah. I talk to my friend Fabio about this. I was like, even if you're a Mezco collector or previous line, that fits in your collection because Cyborg is meant to be taller than the rest of the team. So
yeah,
it's cool. So that's your honorable mention. Mine is kind of like a recency bias because it just happened, but I'm putting the Batman on there.
I do love that figure. Yeah.
Aesthetics wise, looks amazing. I actually got the one with the unmask and just popped on the other because the other one was the open hand with the grapple gun.
Yes.
But this was pretty cool. And like when I watched the movie, I'm assuming you watched it too, man.
Yeah.
Remember when he takes off his emblem and cuts it?
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything, but I think Todd McFarlane foreshadowed that. Do you remember when he announced his own Todd McFarlane inspired Batman? He's like, you could take the Batarang and put it here. I was like, oh, cool. They used it in the movie. That's the only thing I wish it did have this that removed, but it's still aesthetically one of the best.
Yeah, you could do like a magnet. That would be really cool.
Right. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the movie and the figure. So my honorable mention.
All right. Let's pick up Endless Winter Wonder Woman. Okay, so the reason I picked her, one is because I'm playing Valhalla right now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I'm so into like the Viking culture right now. And I just think this looks very Viking. And I love, the fur detail. Her face, if you watch like the Titans, Donna Troy, I think she looks like Donna Troy in the face sculpt.
For sure.
It's just a beautiful figure. And I know eventually they're probably going to get to Wonder Woman Classic. For now, these are holding me out, holding me, doing good. So.
And like I love the variations too of Wonder Woman, so like I'm all for it.
I mean it's like the old Kenner days when you had variants of like all the different Batmans and stuff. It's kind of like that,
like Aquatic Batman when he had like the mid series. Yeah. Okay, this one I wanted to put in my top 10, but there's other figures that I had to have in there. But I'm putting Bizarro.
I struggled with that one. because I don't know if you saw, like I did a custom of that where it's like the classic one, and I love that one even more than that. But yeah, the Bizarre is such a great figure. And that wasn't that the first one that we got that body buck with?
No, I was Infected.
No, it was Infected Superman. Yeah, you're right.
It's easily one of their best like Superman body molds. They used it for the current Rebirth Superman and the black suit Superman as well. Like,
yeah, and I actually did a custom of the classic Superman with the Rebirth Superman, switching the shorts out, painting the boots, and I cut the tip of the cape off.
Oh, you did? I gotta go check it out. But I love this sculpt, and I love because this one actually has a nice movement on there. And this is cool.
Yeah,
this is one of those things that where like McFarlane Toys takes the feedback, because the first Superman figure we had didn't have double jointed elbows. They ended up putting it on the Infected one, and then you also get more range of motion. And like, I do like the shape up that he's rocking. He's got a nice clean cut right there.
Yes. Yeah, that's a sweet figure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, my honorable mention.
All right, my last honorable mention, because he used to be in my top 10, is the Todd McFarlane black label or gold label Batman. Like, I just love anything that comes with goggles. You put the goggles on. It's dope.
Yeah.
Sorry. And he photographs really well. That's the thing. Like, with all the detailing in his suit and the spikes, this guy is one of my favorite things to photograph.
Yeah, I feel bad. Actually, that would be my third honorable mention, not showing respect to Todd. We got to put that one in there. The thing I love about that figure is like the torso, even though it's plastic, it looks like sculpted like fabric. That's what I love about the torso.
I love that he does that, and I don't know how he gets away with like doing the fabric look of the capes and stuff. It's incredible. The sculpt.
There's times I'll watch people like, oh, are we getting a fabric cape? They're like, no, it's rubber, but it looks like fabric.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I guess because I grew up with fabric capes and stuff. I remember my first plastic cape was the Magneto from the X-Men figures, the Toy Biz one.
Yeah, I remember that one. I had that.
And I thought that was so cool that we were getting plastic capes. So I'm not I like plastic capes. I know a lot of people don't. If you're gonna do a cape, I think it does need to be wired. You can't just have it not. But
yeah, I learned that with like one of the Black Series figures I've got. I think with Darth Vader. It's just like, it's cool. It just drapes over, but you're really limited with it.
Yeah, especially for those who do like articulation and stuff, and for storytelling, it's hard. I mean, you got to kind of do a custom cape, I guess, at that point.
Right. That year 2 Batman would have been cool if it came with a cloth.
Absolutely. That's the only downside, I think, for that figure for me. Like, I don't even mind the boots aren't correct. Like, it's close enough for me. I know a lot of people are like, well, you need to have the points. I get it, but at the end of the day, it's not like I'm not going to buy it just because it doesn't have the points.
Right. Because I can. Did you like, before we kick off our list? So you're talking about, well, you grew up on cloth capes. Do you remember? I think the first one for me was the Keaton Batman, where it's like a plastic ring. It just hooks around the neck, and it's just
that was like the superpowers from the 80s. Like, I had Superman, Batman, Robin. They were all like that.
Yeah. If McFarlane did that, I'd be all for it. Like, if they came out with like the 66 Batman again, like that. But so we'll get to our top. So I'll kick off the list if that's cool with you. Then we'll go from there. All right. So at number 10, I had to put a collect-to-build figure in here, and I thought, what better one to use than King Shark?
Yes, I love that figure.
Dude, there's so much movement on there. Like, check this out, like articulated jaw.
I never thought we were actually going to get a King Shark figure. So that we got one is just nuts.
Yeah, this is a behemoth. And like, that's what I appreciate about McFarlane Toys, like collect-to-build figures or build-a-figures. Like, they feel like actual build-a-figures.
Yeah.
And it's like, this one, I think it was a torso. It felt like a rock, dude. Like in the box. I'm trying to remember what figure it came with.
Yeah.
Like, this thing's heavy. But yeah, one of those things I never thought we'd see.
Yeah. Okay. My number 10 is Lobo.
Ooh, I was close to having it on my list. Yeah.
The detailing in this and the back, the face, it screams 90s comics to me, and I love it. Because that's my era of collecting, is when I started with the death of Superman and Nightfall and all that.
I wish you would have came with a cigar. That would have been like the touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I would love to have a bike and all that, but maybe, who knows? I don't know what the future holds, but it'd be cool.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of cycles from their line. So
I mean, I would love a Keaton Batmobile, like with the Flash movie coming. Like, yeah, come on.
Oh man, and then like I wish he still did the collectible Batmobile, because remember it like splits open when he drives through the building. Like that would have been all right, so my number 9. It was only ever made once before. I think Mattel's Movie Masters made it, but Snyder cut black suit Superman. Just because like this is a sentimental, because it's cool to finally see it on the big screen. Like we never seen a black suit Superman.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder finally got to make it happen, and like the fact that they made it in figure form was amazing.
That figure I really love. I love that and the colored version. I think the proportions are really well done, and I mean, I think it looks close enough to Henry Cavill, however you say it. And I've seen people like repaint the sculpt, so the sculpt is good. It just needs a little bit more love with the paint.
Oh, the head sculpt, yeah, for sure. I think it's more than paint. Yeah, but it's a nice, clean, simplistic design. But I like it. I love that we finally get to see on the big screen.
My number, what number? 9, right?
9, yeah.
Okay, I'm going with him. He used to be in my top 10, but other figures come out. He's just really fun to pose. I know people have complaints about the lankiness of him or whatever, but he's fun at the end of the day. He's one that I actually have a double, and he sits on my desk, and I just sit around and mess with him all day.
Double, like, is it the one from the 2-pack? Or
yeah,
cool. That thing actually, like, because I was trying to backtrack, because since they came out with Aquaman and Martian Manhunter, like, you try to backtrack, get Flash now. He's up there. He's like $40 or $50 now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. All right, so number 7. It's one from a comic run I'm not too familiar with, but when he announced this at Toy Fair 2020, like right before the pandemic, I was like, I'm all in. It is Azrael from White Knight.
Yes.
This thing is so badass.
The only thing for me with that figure is that he's like very heavy, so he wants to fall backwards.
Because that's why I have his legs like angled like this, so it doesn't fall over.
He's such a great figure. I mean, that's 90s love too.
Right. And then like the accessory that he comes with, the sword, like this removable flame piece was a nice touch to it. Like you can see the detail on the cross. Like that's amazing. Yeah. I remember when he first, I was like, I'm snagging one of these. This was like pre-order on day one stuff for me.
Yes. I find myself doing pre-orders quite a lot. And I'm one of those guys that I will pre-order from multiple places and then cancel whoever gets it to me first,
You ever forget and then you just end up with a package? You're like, oh crap.
I just took I think like almost $200 worth of figures back to stores just because I forgot. I'm like, well, these can go back. Oh well.
Oh man.
So what, number 8, I think, right? Actually. Or is it?
Sorry, my bad. 8, my bad.
This guy.
Everybody
knows Red Hood, the classic Red Hood. I love the sheen of the metallic paint, and I wish that they do more metallic paint, because I think if they did metallic paint, say for Green Lantern, game over. I mean, that'd be fantastic. We do need more guns. We all know that.
It's coming, a weapons pack.
We need a weapons pack. I love the pop collar and everything. It's just really cool.
Yeah, that's so nice. That was such a hard. Did you get that as single, or did you get it in a 2-pack with Nightwing?
Both.
How did you get the single pack?
The single I ordered, I think from Canada.
Oh, CMD store.
Yeah.
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 I was on the fence because like I never saw that in stores here, and I'm like, everyone says it's a Walgreens exclusive.
I have a hard time finding anything in stores, just because I don't know if it's scalpers, whatever. But like my area just doesn't get the toys. Like since we're on the East Coast, I don't know how you are, but usually when a figure comes out on the West Coast, it's a good 2-3 months before it shows up finally in stores on the East Coast.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So,
a few years back, I'm like, damn, how does the West Coast keep getting it? But then it's because of like,
yeah, all the ports and everything.
Yeah. My bad. I didn't realize that. Sorry, that was number 8 was Azrael for me.
Yeah, no problem.
Number 7 now. This is kind of cheating because it's a kit bash. I used Endless Winterhead on the Last Night on Earth Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So badass. And like, I think it blends well with the skin tone, so I didn't have to do any paint adjustments, but
yeah,
I love this look of the Last Night on Earth Wonder Woman. She just looks so like amazing and badass. And it's one of those things you mentioned, like it looks like cloth goods, but it's not. It's plastic. So the way he sculpted the cape and just the whole design overall, it's as close to a classic Wonder Woman you can get. But
yeah,
I definitely like this look for her.
I think the only version of that one that I have is the Dr. Fate helmet version. I don't have the other one because I'm not a completist, so I don't get everything, and it's tough, especially with like when you want to have photos, and sometimes you end up rephotographing some older toys just because you don't have anything new at the moment. But
yeah, you're a braver man than me. I can't. This is actually a wave I didn't complete. I didn't complete that Bane one just because.
Yeah, I don't think I got a single figure from that Bane wave.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. The storyline didn't really do anything for me, and the comic or the figures, they were just okay.
Yeah. But the Helmet of Fate one you like though, that one.
Yeah, that one was really nice just because I'm a huge Dr. Fate fan. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It was the first time I saw like McFarlane do a Fate helmet.
Yeah. Which is a different one from the Dr. Fate video game version of Injustice.
Yeah. And I hope we do get a comic Fate at some point.
Yeah, I hope we do too. But yeah, number 7.
Number 7 for me. Okay. He used to be higher on my list, but as you know, more figures. But
oh man, nice.
The 3, I just love the bulkiness of it. He just looks like a badass. Like you do not want to mess with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my custom with the cloth cape and where I ripped out the emblem and did the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one even more. But I was trying to stick with just McFarlane based figures. But this guy,
a custom.
Yeah, like I have a few customs, so.
We'll have to do another list of customs, man. I only got like 3 or 4, but yeah. So that's your number 7?
Yeah.
Ironically, and telling y'all, we didn't plan this. My number 6 is Batman 3 Jokers.
Yeah, he's so good.
It really is. It's using the same mold as the Year 2 one, which I liked a lot. And I like this even more just because you'll appreciate this. Like, this is what I grew up, like my rendition of Batman. Just based off the Tim Burton inspired stuff.
Yeah, like if you paint that black or,
that part, yeah.
I mean, even the boots are the Tim Burton boots, like almost. And I know it's the Jason Fabok's design, but I mean, come on, that's a Kenner Batman right there.
Yeah, this is as close to a classic. Without, I mean, Action Comics 1000 one kind of to a classic Batman you'll get. And another one of those things that I wanted to point out was like, do you remember like early on when they came out with Batman figures that have capes that would drape over the shoulders? Yeah. I'm glad like they're engineering it now or designing it to where it's a little bit over so that way you do get movement. Yeah. In the shoulders. So that's cool. Let's see. Yeah. So great minds think alike, but mine was
so good.
Yeah. Right. This is one of those things. I'm weird, man. I pick up 2 if I really like it. So I got 1 more in stock just in case.
Oh, I do that sometimes too. Yeah.
All right. So this was number 6. He was your number 7 though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Number 6, I'm going to say.
Ooh, you got one of those. I never got them.
Yeah. He's just so badass. Like his film presence is just so menacing, and the figure itself is just glorious.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have the regular version, but to finally see Darkseid on like the big screen was amazing. So that's pretty cool.
And it's a great version of Darkseid too. Like since we don't have a comic version from McFarlane, I mean, this definitely does the job.
Oh, for sure. Did you that's another one. I got the regular one. I got two of them because
Yeah.
one was on clearance at Target for like $20. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Did you use the throne that came with the power suit, Lex?
I did not. I think I feel like that's too small. Have you tried it?
It's small, but I just use it for like perspective. Like it's in the
Okay.
background on my Justice League D-top. Like it's
Yeah.
just in the background. Yeah.
That's a good idea. I haven't. He just stands. I have a whole Justice League compartment of all the figures and stuff of that wave. So
Nice.
and I have that now Wonder Woman that I did buy two of because I have the stock Wonder Woman. Like whenever I do customs, I try to have one that's stock and then one that I do custom. So
Yeah.
I have that Wonder Woman one where I ripped off the hair, and I mean everybody says how beautiful she is, and I'm like, it's the same head, it just has different hair.
Right.
And then I painted the gold bronze and dirtied her up.
Yeah, man. We gotta do a list of your customs, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
So that's number 6. So we're going into our top 5 now, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. 5.
So you mentioned earlier about like YouTube and reviews. I remember seeing your Batman Beyond review.
Yes.
And that actually, so this is pretty sentimental to me, man, because like that, and then when I got the figure, actually inspired me to get back in action figure because I had taken a year off because of the pandemic and everything. So my number 5 is actually Batman Beyond from the Joker bot way. Yeah. Seeing your review, I was like, man, I gotta pick this up. It inspired me to pick one up because growing up in the 90s, like Batman Beyond animated series was my thing. So anything Batman Beyond, I'm all for because I know the Mattel version that came out with the Lobo wave was like going up there in price. So it's like, cool.
Yeah, I don't have that one. That's the one that got away.
The one that got away.
Yeah, I didn't collect everything from Mattel either, but I have a lot from Mattel. But that was one that I couldn't find, and I just was like, I had the earlier version of the Mattel one from years ago.
The DC one?
The DC Universe one. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, I don't need a second one. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, it's a newer buck and it looks cool. And I kind of wish that I would have got it. But now it's like really high in price.
For what it's worth, man, like, as I had that one, this one's way better because that one, I don't know, I just like this one aesthetically.
Yeah. I love the one even with the face shield.
Yeah, that's what I got on.
Okay. Yeah. I like that actually, like that stealth mode look more so than the mouth that mimics the TV show. I think that just is cooler looking to me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything Batman Beyond, I'm all for. So like, if they want to release another one with a Terry McGinnis head, I'm all for it because I have the gold label red hood, and I was thinking of using that as a Terry McGinnis head, but I don't want to open it.
Yeah, I can see that one. Yeah, but yeah, I've ripped the wings off. I put them back on when I need to. But yeah, I just think it looks cooler. Like it looks like the cartoon without the wings on.
Yeah, so shout out to you, man. Like you inspired me to get back into reviewing, dude. Like this thing was cool.
Thank you. My number 5 is probably my favorite out of all the Jokers.
Oh, I gotta get that one. That just came out.
Yeah, the face sculpt is just, I don't know. Can you? Yeah. I really suck at like holding up to the screen. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, the detailing, and it has like this 3D look to it. Like it's almost like they put the mask on top of the face.
Yeah.
And like glued it there. It's really cool.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I love the colors.
Like a band around it, like it's going around like holding his
his face. Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's such a great figure. It might not be exactly comic accurate, but since it's using the body buck of like the previous 3 Jokers, I don't care. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the next one I'm looking to get. Like I told myself I was only gonna get the one Joker figure, and then I ended up picking up the clown, and then I picked up the comedian. And I picked up the Mortal Kombat one. Now I want to get that one.
Yeah. The Mortal Kombat one's really cool too. I love that one.
Yeah. That's my default movie one for now, since it kind of blends well with it. So
oh yeah.
Right. So I'm hoping to get that soon though, and that one looks badass. Number 4 for me, sticking in sort of like the Joker theme, is from the first ever collective build wave. We got the Batman Who Laughs.
Yes.
I love that. This and the animated series Batman was like the first ones I picked up from McFarlane. But like I had never seen anything like this made like in retail. Like I was like, oh, this is so dope. Like
it's very dark.
Yeah, dude, the teeth and like that. It reminds me of something from Saw. Like when I first,
it's a very horror, like, you know.
Yeah, and I had the other one that came with the Merciless Wave. The one that had the wings.
Yeah,
but I like this look more. But
me too.
Something menacing about this.
Yeah, I have him on the shelf with like the Robin Crows, but then I also have the 4 box set of him with the crows, but I haven't opened that one. That one's still like in package, which I don't typically do a lot, but I have it on my shelf over there.
You got that pack? That was so hard to get. I tried ordering it, canceled on me.
Yeah.
The only challenge on this though was like the shoes because it's kind of curved. I tips over a lot, but I mean, yeah, this to me.
Yeah, if you I forget who told me if the ankles are kind of like underneath the waist, it's kind of like it's easier to like balance.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know, something like so you might have to bend the knees or whatever, but
you get it to balance. Oh yeah, true. Little tips for Toy Photography Con right there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it just really impressed me because I was like, wow. And this one I think was 25. Yeah, because it came with the Batmobile piece. But
yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed for like being my first like avenue into McFarlane toys. Like this was really awesome.
Yeah.
But I saw you picked up the DC Direct one. The animated series continue.
I love that one, man. I mean, to have something that DC Direct was such a heart, you know, it was sad when they went under or whatever happened to them. I don't know what you want to call it, but to see like McFarlane take that and, you know, give us the stuff that was supposed to come out and hopefully they keep going with it. That would be really cool. Like I'm hoping that we get a Talon because that was leaked, right? That was one of the last figures that they were going to do before they closed shop.
Yeah, back in like August 2 years ago now. Wow.
Yeah. Time flies, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but this was pretty sweet. Cool.
Mine is Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan.
I am such a fan of the Green Lantern Corps, and I know Kyle's coming out, so I'm hoping that I should actually put John Stewart up here too, but I love all the Earth Green Lantern. I like all Green Lanterns, let's be honest. But if we could get all the Earth Green Lanterns like Jessica Cruz, Baz, and all that, I'd be happy.
We could tell because like your thumbnail pick was a Green Lantern.
Yeah, and like that was I have the metallic one that it's escaping my mind right now of who did it for me. But yeah, I got a painted metallic Hal Jordan, and I'm like, now I need metallic of every Green Lantern. It's just how it should look.
Yeah. True. I do like the green that they still use. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Damn. So that
I do like my only gripe about that, which is the same with everybody, is I wish he had a fist.
Yeah, that can be said like for a lot of the figures, right? Like the Superman one initially had trigger fingers.
Yeah. Like he needs flight or what, a fist.
Did you like the Green Lantern movie? Like being a huge Green Lantern fan?
I did. It didn't age well, but then again, most people didn't think it looked great from the start. The thing that I had a problem with, like I loved when they went into space. I didn't like the Earth stuff of the movie, but I thought when they were on Oa and it was just all space, they should have done a whole movie like that. And they took liberties with Parallax or whatever, how you say it. And it turned into a mess, but I did love it at the time, you know, and I still like it. I watch it from now and then.
I appreciate it for, you know, at the time I was super harsh when I first saw it. I was like, man, I thought it'd be a lot better. But me and a fun guy from Lonely Fans podcast, we rewatched it. We appreciate it. Like the CGI for the time was actually not bad. It was pretty good.
But I think like for me, watching the Justice League cartoons and stuff, the constructs, that they glowed and they look see-through. Like I feel like they could have done that more with the constructs in the movie.
True, yeah.
And I'm hoping that for the HBO Green Lantern that's supposedly coming out, that they do something like that because that would be fantastic.
That was did you ever see like the room, like that was what Zack Snyder wanted to do for Justice League? Like he had Green Lantern, John Stewart in there. Like
Yeah.
so hopefully, yeah. It's funny that that was your number 4, right?
Yeah.
So number 3 is John Stewart.
Yeah. I mean, that head sculpt is beautiful.
I was about to say, and like some people, this is like the tin hat here, saying like
Yeah.
this was originally supposed to be a Snyder cut figure because like it's insanely detailed, but I think it was always meant to be the cartoon or like the comic version. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the constructs on this, I love the overlay right here as well. Like that was
awesome. Me too.
And then the cannon.
Yeah.
But I like this. I'm glad they reused this for Hal Jordan. Like I love the body mold for this.
Yeah.
And usually like sometimes McFarlane likes to put his own take on it and add more details in the suit, which I think worked in here, you know?
Yeah, it did for sure. Because I remember seeing that and then people were like, he's using the same body for Hal Jordan. I'm like, how? And then I saw like, you know, the point in the suit and I'm like, okay, I can see how he could use that. But yeah, they should be cohesive, I think, you know?
Yeah. And I think it works for Hal Jordan too. I still have to get that 2-pack, but yeah. It still works.
Yeah, I think I think I just threw Dawnbreak because I already had Dawnbreak. I was just like, I don't care. Like, I'll just throw it away.
That again, that head sculpt, like the insane attention to detail, like the green in his eyes too, like that.
Yeah.
I think I haven't seen the Endless Winter one yet, but I think it's like cleaned up a little bit more.
Is it? I have that one. I feel like it's the same figure. It just has like his gloves are green for whatever reason.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I wanted, like, if they're gonna do different gloves, give us his bare hands.
Yeah.
Because that could be cool.
They did that for the animated series version like 2 years ago. Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite.
And so this might be controversial, but this is my favorite Superman figure.
Oh, out of the whole line, really?
Yes.
Oh man, over the Rebirth.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and as you can see, I did use acetone to take away the white or the yellow in his belt loops. Yeah. I just love the bulkiness of this guy. I love the head sculpt. It's so like Miller, and it's a fun figure, and you can get him into flight poses, and he's just fun.
Yeah, I like the figure. It's nice and bulky. It is to that stylized, like that's how you should look. I was joking though that the head sculpt kind of looked like Jay Leno, but
oh yeah, I mean you can see. I mean it's very, it's very cartoonish. Like you can see Ronald Reagan, you could see, but that's kind of what he was basing it after. So
yeah,
you can see the King, Elvis Presley.
Yeah, and now I was arguing with my friend. He's like, "Why'd they make it single joint?" I was like, "Well, because it works for that figure." Like, bulky, so I mean,
I like that even though it's a single joint, you still get the rotation at the joint.
Exactly.
And I think that works well.
Yeah. So that's the best Superman figure you think they made so far,
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so that's your number 3.
Yeah.
I should say my top 3 are all interchangeable, but my number 2, as I mentioned earlier, anything Batman Beyond, I'm all for. Like to me, this is one of their best figures they've made, and I know this is based off of the comics, but it looks like the animated series as well.
It does.
It's so cleanly done. Like, and I love
that was like the first figure that I was blown away with, because I said, "Oh, the articulation is going to be totally limited by the shoulders," and then when they did that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so amazing!"
That was so impressive to me. Like that, instead of like hindering it, you get so much range on that.
I'm like, it's soft plastic. It's awesome.
Yeah, I also bought the unmasked version too because
I have that one too. It's really good.
And I like the effects piece too. This is like one of my favorite figures to photograph. Like I did one with him and Batman Beyond. Like, yeah, easily one of my favorite figures from them. It's so clean, so nice.
Yeah, I love the white and the black tones. And that's kind of like why I prefer the white and black Flash from Injustice, but more so than the regular Injustice.
Oh, figure. I know what you're saying. Yeah, the Hot Pursuit Flash.
Yeah, I love that figure.
Yeah, but Easily, yeah, one of my favorites. That whole Joker bot wave was cool, except for I didn't really like Batwoman Beyond, to be honest with you. But
it was okay. I actually like the Unmasked better. I think her head sculpt is beautiful.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, sorry, I'm still like looking at the articulation on the wrist. This thing is
it's so fun. Like if they could have done the light up, but I think it's like very interesting how they kept it like with the back piece that the light can still kind of go through.
Oh yeah, through like through here, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's how it's. Maybe that's just what I always thought it was for, so that the light could go through it. I don't know, to catch the light. I could be wrong.
Don't fact check us, y'all. We're not being.
Yeah, I know.
John says Hot Pursuit Flash is one of my favorites. I might have to look at it, man, because there's always a bunch of my target. I was like, should I pick it up or not? Like,
yeah, I like it better. I actually don't have the regular Injustice Flash. I have the Hot Pursuit one.
Did you pick up Gorilla Grodd?
I did, but only after I got him for like $10, I think.
Yeah,
when he was on sale at I think it was GameStop. Yeah,
I went on a Gorilla Grodd spree. Like on Best Buy, it was like $12, so I bought like 4. So I have like army building like Gorilla Grodd.
Wow,
yeah,
that was a good idea.
But,
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Injustice designs. It's not anything towards McFarlane. It's just the game designs. I just never really liked them. Though I am getting at some point the Green Arrow one just because it's a Green Arrow and I do like that design.
Yeah, I think is it the one without his hat? I'm trying to remember what the design was because it did come out, announced a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I did pick up a Mythic Legion's bow so that I could pull it back. So that it's just not a static bow.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. My number 2 is Rebirth.
Rebirth. Nice.
Yeah. The only downside to this figure, in my opinion, and people will say the size. I mean, I don't mind the size. I gave up on scaling a long time ago. Is that the cape is not as, it's like the old school McFarlane capes. It's like solid, right? It's not like the soft, pliable capes that they've been doing for a while now.
Yeah. I haven't picked that one up yet because I haven't seen it in my stores, but that figure gets a lot of praise.
Yeah, his articulation is fantastic. He can bend a lot more than any other figure. And I like that the ball joints, I don't know if you can see it in the arm, in the hand, they're hidden by, let's see, right here. And it's like a split so that you can get more movement. Yeah, I think it's kind of clever of how they did that. And I don't think they get enough praise for some of their ball joints that they do hide and stuff. And this, I mean, clearly hides it really well.
Yeah, I'm all for them like hiding the ball joints. Like in some of my reviews, that's the thing like that kind of irks me. But when they do hide it, they do a fantastic job of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at what I have on my list here if anyone has one hidden, but I think well, I mean, he does, but you can't really see.
Yeah. I was trying to look at, I don't know. I think all of mine are pretty hidden.
The John Stewart Green Lantern is nicely hidden as well. Yeah.
Same with the Hal Jordan one, yeah. The earlier Superman ones were bad.
It's funny you should say that. So that was your favorite Superman figure you think ever?
Yeah.
My number 1, and I was like going back and forth, but I'm going to tell you a hot take. This is my favorite McFarlane Toys figure ever. In my opinion, the best Superman figure is Action Comics 1000 Superman.
It's a great figure. I still love that one.
The OG first wave. And I know this one gets flack because it's not double jointed, which is why the very next Superman body mold they made was, but it's still pretty good. I did like the trigger finger, but you know, for this being my first, like this is the 4th figure I think I picked up from them. But
yeah, I think that might have been my first. That one or the Batman 1000, or was it 1000? I guess.
Yeah, it was actually, they had 2 of them. They had that one and then the blue variant, which was cool.
Yeah,
blue variant.
Yeah, I love how big the S is on his chest.
Yeah, the way it's sculpted, that emblem is like amazing, and I like.
And it's like a metallic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's some stuff, obviously, it has a lot of flaws, but to me, like, that's like my definitive
Yeah,
Superman.
it looks like Superman. The cape's really well done, and
Yeah. This is like little stuff I noticed, like the little hair thing right there. Like that was cool. Like the way it's sculpted separately. It's not like molded into the head or on the head like that. But yeah, man, that emblem is sweet.
Yeah.
The head sculpt works too. Like I like the Rebirth one, but I think this one's still better. Like it's the same sculpt. It's just
the same sculpt. Yeah. I think the Rebirth one has like darker eyes or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is my opinion, my favorite.
Yeah, that one's
number one.
Okay, so this is probably purely because I'm a huge fan of the character, but number one, the chainmail is just amazing. Like,
yeah, let me go to your full screen. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's just the whole way around. It's even on sorry, here. Man, I am so not good at this. Right there.
Oh, on the like thing that acts like a butterfly joint. It's even on that too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a nice attention to detail, man.
And then the fins are nice. But yeah. And the ball joints aren't like straight up balls. As you can see, they're kind of
they're different. They're like okay. Wow.
They're flattened more. So like, and he's got a great range of motion too. The only thing is that his head movement because of the hair, but you're gonna have that with any long hair character.
Mm-hmm. That's like the definitive Aquaman. That's pretty. Have you tried throwing on the Jason Momoa head sculpt on there?
No, but did you see the one where I did the Flash Gordon head sculpt? Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That one's that's why I had to buy two. So I had this one, and then I have that one too.
That was it. Yeah. Man, that's a good pick. I still have to get that one. That's a good pick because I'm trying to complete the Justice League, but I'm trying to figure out how I can get that Flash. But yeah, so that's your number one is Aquaman. I was so sure it was going to be Green Lantern because I was like, all right, he's gonna.
Yeah, Green Lantern and Aquaman. Okay, so I went digital with my collecting, so I don't read. I don't go to a comic store and pick up actual physical copies anymore. But I do collect graded Aquaman Silver Age.
Oh,
so I mean, I love the covers, and Silver Age Aquaman is just a sweet spot for me. So I think I probably gravitate more towards Aquaman more than Green Lantern, but they're probably equal. There's so many great storylines with both, but yeah.
Can you explain to me what was the storyline then? Like he had like a hook for a while, right? As his hand.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened to his hand? He got cut off. That I'm trying to remember. I remember in Brightest Day they had it cut off again for whatever reason by Black Manta. I want to say, man, because it was like right around. Was it 0 Hour that when they redid the storylines that he had the fish hook? I'm not good at this. Like trying to remember.
I'm just curious at one point if they're gonna give us like Aquaman.
Well, do you remember? Like he had so he had the hook, and then he had the lady. Man, I am so bad. She gave him like the water hand, and so he had that for a while, and then then he turned into like the Dweller of the Deep, and then there was that type of storyline. And then Brightest Day came back, and then he was back to normal, and then we got the New 52. So. But yeah,
because I saw some pictures one time. I was like, "Does he have a hook on his head?"
Yeah, like for most of the 90s. I mean, come on, like the 90s comics were like all crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, thank you for sharing your personal top 10, and also thanks for listening to my personal top 10, which I still think this is the best. But
it's a great figure.
But yeah, man. Thank you again, and then. One more time, because need no introduction or where people find you at, Rob.
Okay, so I do have a YouTube channel. I still need to get on that.
I'll when I edit, I'll leave a link in the description.
Okay. So Rob Dunbar is you can find me on the YouTube yes, YouTube, doing toy reviews. Instagram is Rob D Toys. You can find me there. I'd love to have you. I try to talk to everybody, that comments on my pictures and stuff. I've gotten to know, and that's what's great about the toy community is you get to know so many people and from all over the world. It's great.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, like kudos to you. Like you have a big following, but like you always take the time to respond back to people that comment or message. That's why I remember reaching out to you. I was like, I wonder if he's actually respond. But you've been awesome, man. Thank you so much.
I mean, I try. I feel like everybody should, if somebody's going to take the time to write, I'm going to take the time to write back. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate the most, man. It truly was an honor to share this live stream with you. And oh no, was cut off by. Oh, thanks, Ricardo.
Thank you.
I don't know how to.
Yeah, I got to brush back. I haven't read that stuff in it's been what 30 years now. Holy crap.
Yeah, Ricardo with the save last minute. Thanks, man, for putting that. But no, it really was an honor, man. Thank you again for coming through and sharing your top 10. And then we'll have to take a look at your custom sometime, man.
Yeah, we'll do a custom list.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again, man. And like always, guys, I'll leave a link in the description below to find Rob's Instagram, YouTube page as well. Subscribe, like, and share all that stuff. Thanks again, man.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.